So the fight night UFC Vegas 103 just ended. Honestly, I thought it wasn't even that bad. Like there were some good fights, and usually it's the case with all these Apex fights. Like usually, like a lot of people just think like, oh, it's not good, but there were actually some pretty good fights. And although this card could have been better, I felt like it was a good card. First we start off with Charles Johnson versus Temerov. It was a good showcase from Temerov. I felt like he won the first two rounds, and I felt like Johnson won round three. I just felt like Johnson couldn't really do enough in round two to kind of sway it towards him. So, I mean, Temerov is definitely the real deal. I think he can. He's gonna be ranked, and I'm interested to see who he fights next because I think he has a lot of potential. I think he does. Next, we got the we got what I honestly was actually very excited for, the Nasrat versus Rebovics fight. Now, I'm sorry guys, I have to say it. Nasrat did not win this fight. And the reason why I say this is because, well, I felt like Rebovics won round two. Reeves had the more activity. He was pushing the pace. And although he wasn't really landing as accurately as Nasrat was just being on the back foot. And that shouldn't really determine the fight, especially that Reeves was causing more damage. So, I mean, it was clear Reeves outstruck him. I mean, 436 attempted strikes is crazy for a fight night. For a 3 round fight, getting 436, that's fucking crazy. I mean, what is the record for that? I mean, Max Holloway had 440 strikes, but that was in a fifth 5 round fight. Yeah, but I felt like Reapovic's won round two and three. The judges' scorecards were just so fucking off, and it's like even the scorecard going towards Reapovic's was off. It's like I don't know. They got to do something about the judges. They absolutely are. They fucking suck. Next, we got the Cody Brundage co-main, which honestly that was very depressing, but it was actually a pretty entertaining fight. Julian was close to getting a KO, and then it switched ties, and then Cody was able to get a KO in the first round. And man, let me tell you, this was a good fight, but sucks that well, we still have to see more Cody Brundage fights. Next, finally, the main event. This was a good main event. I picked against Kape for this one. I picked Asu Almamayev. I felt like Asu's wrestling, his forward pressure, I felt like um, his submission offense and the way he gets those takedowns would have been a problem for Cop, right? Because after the Mokaev fight, I kind of found that his wrestling defense was a bit sus, and I didn't really see anything different in that Bruno Silva fight because Bruno Silva didn't really try to attempt a takedown. I think he did, but Kape defended it, but it's Bruno Silva. And I was really impressed by this showcase. Um, I mean, Kape was just totally in the zone. He was piecing up Asu like it was nothing. I did say that Asu's striking could definitely have problems with Kape, just because I think Asu's striking isn't really as sound. And for a guy like Kape, you should have really good defense. But he defended all the takedowns, and he outstruck Asu. Although there were some couple eye pokes, there were a couple eye pokes in there. I'd say there was only one, and that was the one at the end before the TKO. I felt like that was a bit of an eye poke. The ref didn't see it. It was pretty hard to see, and Asu got finished right after that. So man, this was a really impressive performance. I really got to stop sleeping on Cop, man. This guy is the real deal. He. I think after that Mokaev fight, he just turned up the gear, just like became locked in. Like you could see how focused he is, how much more aggressive he is, how good his striking, his footwork is, and he's always had good striking and footwork. But I mean, these are really impressive wins. Getting a dominant win over Bruno Silva and then being the first guy to finish Asu Amabayev in over 17 fights is absolutely crazy. Um, well, Asu Amabayev did get his first loss in a while. Manal Kape, he's getting up there in the ranks. He did say he wants a title shot, and honestly, I think that's warranted. But I'd like to see him fight Karkar friends, just because that fight was already teased. They have the drama, they have the beef. You know, I'm gonna come to your city, and if you don't want to fight with me, I'll go to your gym. I sparred with you, and your team is not gonna do anything, cause they are a bunch of. And I'm not gonna say the rest part, but I mean, legendary fucking post fight speech, man. That was so legendary. And I mean, Kape's definitely the real deal. He's the real deal. I'd like to see him get a title shot, just because there really are no other contenders as deserving as Kape. I mean, it depends on how Royval versus Ursay goes. If Royval and Ursay, if I mean, no, not Royval. Moreno versus Ursay. If Moreno gets another win, I could honestly, I'd love to see a Moreno versus Kape title eliminator. I feel like that would be the fight to make. So I'd say Kape should fight the winner of Moreno versus Ursay, and I think that would be perfect. I mean, that'd be a perfect title eliminator. And meanwhile, Pantoja could fight Kai Kara France for UFC 316. I mean, Kai Kara France already kind of made a statement with that first round knockout over Steve Ursek. And why not give him the title shot? I mean, like, who else is there? So, yeah, I'd like to see that. Um, I mean, flyweight is definitely a weird division for sure because there's so many talented people, but it's like the champ is too dominant. He's already beat these talented guys, and these talented guys are beating all the young up and coming contenders. Like the Royval, Moreno, all these guys are beating the young contenders, and now even Kape's getting back up there. You know, hope Kape kind of gets an improvement in the ranking. I kind of don't see why Amir Albazi should be a top five anymore. Maybe take him out, make Kape number five, and yeah, I mean, this was a good fight. I have to stop sleeping on Kape. He's just improved so much of his game. His striking has always been good, but striking, his wrestling defense, he's super well rounded too. Like he can defend those takedowns, and he's fast. Like once he gets on you, it's over. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have seen the game. Maybe I should have seen his game. But yeah, for sure. I am buying the Menal Kape hype train. I totally get this guy's hype. Like I've always liked Menal Kape, but I did pick him against Asa Amabayev. I did pick Kape against Bruno Silva, but Asa Amabayev, I thought he was able to wrestle him and maybe edge it to a decision, but he couldn't. He just got styled on like it was nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little recap of the UFC Vegas 3 and 103 card. Anyways, see ya.